Bookies, welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be going over books I would recommend from my December TBR. So let's get started. Now, what did I read in December? Look at me, I already had to pull out my phone. I read 10 books in December. That doesn't seem like a lot, because in the grand scheme of things of all that I have to read, it really isn't. But it was pretty good for the crap year that was 2025. And I read a bunch of interesting books. The first book that I would recommend from my finished TBR would be Does My Head Look Big in This by Randa Abdel-Fattah. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it correctly, but correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong. Also, if you notice the new background, we're on a couch in a corner of my living room because we got new chairs for the living room and it's a little crowded in here. I can't access my library right now. So here we are. But Does My Head Look Big in This is about an Australian teen, more towards like the early OOs. That's my puppy, by the way. She's trying to settle. Anyways, in the early OOs, and she's trying, she decided over the summer, before the school semester resumed, that she wanted to try, give me a second, I'll think of it. She wanted to try wearing a hijab full time. She is Muslim, and they don't really push that. And, I mean, like, there's always going to be sects. Like, you know, like the Westboro Baptist Church is always, like, extremely of the far end of the Christianity spectrum. There's always a spectrum in every religion, but for the most part, Muslims do not force people to wear hijabs. It's all a personal choice. So she comes into a personal choice of her own that she wants to wear a hijab. That's where the story really takes place, because she is having to fight everyone basically for that right, and for it to be seen that it is her choice and her decision to do so. I really liked it. I thought that the book was really inspiring in that way. I just really didn't like that there was not a lot of backlash in the book against the dieting culture, but again, it was early OOs, and God, it was a horrible time to basically not be like, you know, 50 pounds. Yeah, you know. Anyway, I also started my adventure in the Sailor Moon series. I read volumes 1 and 2. Really like them. I think that they're great for preteen girls. Again, it's Sailor Moon. I don't know what I can say. Book 1 talks about how Sailor Moon got her power. Book 2 talks about her defeating big evils. I'm on book 3 right now. I also read Don't Want You Like a Best Friend by Emma R. Alban. I think she's one of my favorite authors, new favorite authors. This is a Regency-style romance, and it's two girls who are one's debuting, it's her 4th year. She's getting into spinster territory, but they're all supposed to be like finding guys, and they're both sapphic, and they find each other instead. It's a really adorable series. I love it. I love it so much. I also discovered another Regency romance, which is Harper St. George's The Doves in New York. In December, I read Eliza and the Duke. I think I preferred The Stranger I Wed over Eliza and the Duke, but Eliza and the Duke was still a fun read. In this one, the sister Eliza is going to have to wed someone that she's not particularly interested in, and she knows that her dreams and aspirations of going to college and all this fun stuff that she wants to do in her life are just not going to happen once she marries him. And so she convinces this guy called the Duke, he is a boxer, to take her out on one night. It's kind of like the one night in New York trope, but one night on the town where she can kind of experience all of the fun things that she wants to do before she gets married. and the love story takes off from there. Very romantic, very cute. I also really like The Art of Catching Feelings by Alicia Thompson. This is a baseball romance book. When our female protagonist, who is freshly divorced, goes to a baseball game, she gets plastered, and she decides to join in the heckling that the crowd is giving to this one particular baseball player who's having a rough go of it because his brother just committed suicide. And he's been struggling with that privately. He's not let anyone know, not his coaches or anything like that. But she says something that really strikes a nerve with him. And she becomes kind of baseball's enemy number one. She tries to apologize through Instagram DMs, but doesn't tell him that she's the one that did it accidentally. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it was kind of accidental. And they talk, they start falling in love after all of that. It's really cute. I really liked it. I think I'm an Alicia Thompson fan. I also discovered another new author that I really like, and it is The Truth According to Ember by Danica Nava. This is an indigenous romance, workplace romance read. It was so good. Our female protagonist, she's having a rough go at it, like all female protagonists do in romances. But this one particularly, she had to give a large sum of money to her brother for a bond. He got caught with a DUI, and then he skipped out on bond, aka he didn't show up to his court date. So when he got arrested, she lost that bond. For anyone that doesn't know, because I do have a legal background, if you're going to bond someone out, please make sure that you completely trust that person, or you are okay with losing the money that you put down for their bond. Because if they do not show up to that court date, you automatically lose all of that money. It's very hard to get that money back. Very hard. I have seen it done, but it is very hard. Okay? So do not bond a random Joe Schmo out of prison. Do not bond the boy that you just started dating out of jail. Do not. They will skip out, and you will lose $1,000, just like Ember in this book. Her brother skips out. He's in prison now, but she's lost some money. It's been a bit. She's still very sour about it. Honestly, I would too. I feel you, girl. She's working at a bowling alley. She had to drop out of school. She was going to the community college to try to get some sort of degree. She's been applying to other jobs, but no one is wanting to hire her. One, because when she does a resume, they have you put in the race. And even though we know that even though you say that employers will say that your race or your gender or background, whatever, will not be taken into consideration. It is. It very much is. So her race is being considered on these resumes, which she believes is a factor in why she's not getting these jobs. Also, the fact that she has not completed her degree to get accounting. She's going for some accounting jobs. So she lies. She lies on a resume, and she goes to the interview, gets the job because she kind of bullshits her way through it. And she meets one of her coworkers. She starts to fall for him, but this workplace has a no co-ed romance rule, or no coworker romance rule in their office. So she's kind of torn about that, and also the lies just keep piling up. Everything keeps piling up until it's just way too much, too many lies. I thought it was so good, and I loved it so much, and I can't wait to read Love is a War Song by Danica as well. And I also finished off The Long Walk. That took me a couple months, but I finally finished it. For it being a dystopian, I really liked it. I liked the world building. I liked the possibilities of what the world could be if King expanded more on it. I also liked what he was talking about. He wrote this either during or right after the Vietnam War, and so he had a lot to say about like the military and the war progression, all that stuff. So I really liked that aspect of the book. I just wish there was more. At the end of the day, I just wish there was more. But that is everything that I am going to recommend you from what I finished reading in December. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.